In a quiet Florida town, life was simple until everything changed.
Did you see that?
As an alien force invades and takes control, a group of unlikely heroes must come together to save the day. They fought epic battles in the ring, and now they're back, joining forces for the ultimate fight of their lives. With every townsperson in danger, these seasoned warriors will have to bring their A-game to defeat the alien menace. In a battle where stakes are higher than ever, it's time to wrestle with destiny.
Pro wrestling versus aliens. Man, that's like a monster movie.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Wreaths Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every Wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
There was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on.
Maybach music.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me?
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on Spilt liquor.
Every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God goes writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
What up with it? What's up with my people out there live from the city of flight? It's your boy Lito, my co-host Sinister One. And you are now tuned in to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor podcast. You feel me? What's up, man? What's going on, Sinister? How you doing?
Shit. I'm doing well, man. We here talking about some wrestling. Just got done with the booth. Thank you for everybody for watching the booth and now coming in here. We got a lot of people in the chat.
Word.
People in the chat. Pisto the DJ in the chat.
My man Pisto. That's my guy. Hey, listen. Y'all better check out my man Pisto on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? He be on there doing his thing. Pisto the DJ. Every time I go in his lives, I be like, Pisto. And he'd get on the mic and be like, Lito. That's my guy, straight up.
Yo, I got to get him on the booth too because when DJs get together and we talk, we have stories. I'm surprised. I'm surprised DJs never have to sign NDAs because we see some crazy shit. And nobody ever tells us to sign an NDA, and we be at some of the craziest parties and see some of the craziest shit go down. But no one, Puffy probably had mad DJs at his parties.
DJs, though.
They probably never. There's some DJ out there right now like, yo, I did a freak party.
He probably, facts. It's a DJ in there right now like, yo, I know a lot about what went on. I know a lot that happened.
I know, because I got stories for days, bro. For days.
Listen, when we used to perform, our dude was the DJ. So we'd be in the DJ booth. Yo, some stuff used to go down in the
I'm
DJ
telling you,
booth,
and every DJ, we've been called, we've always been called, when the drunk fellas getting their feelings, like one time I had a chick. She kept coming up and charging her phone because I have a nice little charger thing. And I had this good-looking chick. She kept charging her phone, and she wasn't letting it charge. She was taking selfies, coming back, and then, later on the night, her man's feeling kind of nice. He got his drinks in him, and he come up to the DJ booth, and he's like, yo, can I talk to you, Music Man? And they always
you with the
They always call you Music Man. It's never yo DJ.
Yo.
It's never. They always. I feel like Music Man is the N word of the DJ world.
Yo, can I? He said, yo. Can I talk to you, Music Man?
If I had a dollar for every time somebody had a beef with me and they come up and said Music Man,
that's crazy. Yeah, just total disrespect, man.
Yep, Music Man. Can I talk to you for a second? Why my girl keep coming up here? Because she's charging her phone, bro.
Well, he thought you were trying to get the number?
Yeah, they always, what girls be like, she wanted nothing to do with me. She just wanted her phone charged, and this dude was feeling in his feelings. He's hennied up, and now he feeling in his feelings because she not ignoring them. But, the DJs, when the DJ gets the place start rocking, you know how it is. You know how it is. But when the night's over, none of them ever want to come up and help you take your equipment back out to the car, though. You like the lonely kicker up in this club. You the man.
They not help
all
you carry
long.
nothing.
But when you gotta lift them 1,200 subwoofer speakers and bring them to your car, Pistol the DJ know what I'm talking about. You like the lonely DJ up in here. The tumbleweeds be blowing past your feet and shit.
Hey, that's hilarious, man. Oh my God, man. Want to give a shout out to the indies that we shown during, during the countdown. And also a big thanks to last week's supporters. We appreciate y'all. We love indies, indie everything, indie wrestling. If indie wrestlers are watching this, yo, y'all want to be on the show? Hit us up, man. We would gladly love to talk to you, love to know your story. We got some stuff coming up, man. Real soon, and then the new year is gonna be crazy. Next year is gonna be nuts, man. Especially for wrestling and everything. Let's get into some of the topics that we got tonight. So, we always want to show love.
Gotta thank our guests from last week. XCEL.
Oh yeah. We do gotta thank our guests from last week. My man XCEL. That's our guy, man. If y'all don't know who XCEL is, he's a battle rapper. Also, he dropped a project as well. XCEL he's a cool dude. He a real good dude, and I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Going in at first, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't really heard much about him doing interviews and stuff like that, but I was very, very happy that he decided to come on with us and chill out, man. Shout out to XCEL. No doubt.
Whole show. He came on. He was
whole show.
Whole
chilling.
Show, talk wrestling. Yeah.
Talked about wrestling. We talked about everything. Yeah, man. XCEL's he a good dude. Period. PWS Genesis Friday night 7:30. Brockton VFW. We got a clip for that, right? We got a clip for Genesis.
Put it up right now, and this is gonna be crazy because people forget that at the last event, Waves and Curls.
Waves and Curls, crazy. You hear me?
So I want to see how the crowd responds because they went full heel. We saw the shit.
Yo, Waves and Curls is fire.
And this could be the last appearance of the champion, Gal, because Gal has been signed to the WWE ID out of New Hampshire. So this could very well be the last match you will see him wrestle, because I'm pretty sure, you know, if you under that WWE contract, the indie stuff is done.
That's done. The next time you see him wrestle, it'll probably be NXT.
I'm predicting he loses the belt Friday night. That's what I'm predicting.
Well, of course.
Everybody,
he won't be able to defend it. Yeah, he won't be able to defend it no more. So, and I know that him losing that belt is, you know what I'm saying? That's a celebratory thing for him because he's moving up. So that's dope.
And
let's get
this WWE thing, and it's up. It's already up. Let me just bring it back down now because we've shown it. This WWE ID thing is making a lot of noise. We've been sharing some of this stuff on the Turnbuckles page, some of the announcements. You've got people coming back, people who were in WWE wrestling and they want to come back into the ID program. That says a lot. That says a lot, man, for what people are believing this ID program is gonna do. The ID program was really what NXT was, but then NXT, like we talked about last week, NXT just blew up into something that they can't control.
Shawn Michaels doing a hell of a job with NXT.
Yeah, him and Booker T. And they just announced, I should have actually got the picture for that when I dropped the ball on that one. NXT just announced the next class of kids that are coming through.
Please say Zilla Fatu is.
The picture. I gotta get the picture up here. Let me find the picture. I'll let you go on, but I gotta find it because they did release the picture of who the next group of kids are that are coming through. And I also think this group is going to be featured on the reality show.
Oh, that's gonna be fire. The reality show wasn't bad. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you remember when they used to do Tough Enough? Remember that?
Yes. Well, I think that's what I think they're bringing back the Tough Enough name for this reality show, and I think that's what it's going to feature. So let me see. The images are here. There was an image of the group. I gotta find it. If I find it, I'll have to post it.
Tough Enough was a hell of a reality TV show, and let me tell you, them guys, what was it, Tom Pritchard and who else did they used to have on there?
Brother Love.
Yeah, Brother Love. Stone Cold was on there one time, giving people the business. I'm talking about cussing them out. If they ain't taking stuff serious, I mean,
I saw an episode with one time they had Triple H come through and Triple H let them have it.
He lit into somebody, yeah.
He
lit into some guy. I mean, and that's how you get greatness from athletes. When you see somebody that come in like that, and Triple H is gonna look you dead in your eye and tell you, excuse my French, but he's gonna tell you ain't shit.
Yeah.
You don't belong here. You need to go get your bags and get your ass out of here. You think that you're a star already. You ain't shit. And I remember he was talking to a guy like that, and this guy couldn't take it. He was kind of like, because he thought he was like the most athletic guy in the camp and everything, and this guy couldn't, man. It was almost like he shrunk. He felt this big, bro.
Right.
It's like the first or second season, I believe, of Tough Enough. That shit was crazy.
And I think that was also the year that Miz was in that group, I think, wasn't he?
I think
Was it
so.
Miz?
I think he was.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miz, Cleveland, Ohio's own.
And let's be honest here, you know, when I talk about Miz, I gotta say, you know, I give him props because, you know, people clown the hell out of him. People was clowning the hell out of him. And they said he was never gonna make it, and he did. He did make it, and he did, you know, go.
You remember he was on that he was on an MTV show
Real World.
What was it called? Real World.
He was on Real World, and then he ended up on Tough Enough. Yep.
He was on Real World. His name has always been The Miz. And people clowned him on Real World for being The Miz.
Yep.
But he kept it going. He kept it, and now look at him. Household name in WWE.
Yeah, and he was doing the what was that show where they all competed against each other? He was he did a lot of those. That's how he kept
gauntlets,
his name fresh.
Them gauntlets, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually have The Miz up here. No, he's over here.
Okay.
He's over here. He has a purple suit on. He has a purple suit. So yeah, I got the Miz. It was actually a gift that I won. And someone sent it to me. So shout out to Miz. Also, NCW Total Elimination Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. in Bristol, Rhode Island. Damn, you got Friday night Genesis, Saturday night Total Elimination, PCW or NCW. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and $20 VIP that gets you up in the front row. That's you get a trading. What's good about that? You pay $20 VIP, and you get a trading card, and you also get a food voucher. So you know whatever they have for food that night is part of that $20 ticket. So that's good to have. Bell time for that is also 7:30, and those tickets can be bought at the ncw.com for those tickets. That's going to be a nice event to go out to. So.
Word. You got a clip for Total Elimination?
Yep, I'm showing it right now. I'm actually showing it on the screen right now. It's showing the ticket information. And, you know, I got to thank these promoters who've been on this show, you know, from NCW and PWS. So, you know, thankfully that they've both been on here.
Yes,
and,
sir.
It's been great stuff. And this is kind of what we want to do. You know, we're going to talk about, you know, the TNAs and the WWE and the AEWs, but you know we want to always make sure first and foremost we get these indies in here. You know,
show love to the underground, baby.
Yeah, these underground stars might be tomorrow's stars, and you know we've seen it. You know, with these people coming up through the ranks. You know, Carmelo Hayes, he came up through the New England area. You know, through the indies. You know,
getting paid $50 a match.
Yeah,
or
Sheldon Goldberg was on. He talked about it. Sheldon talked about, you know, John Cena coming through. Talked about all these people coming through the indies that are now some big stars. So, you know, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. You know.
Word. In other news, AEW. This right here. I'm going to enjoy this match at Full Gear in New Jersey. John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. I love Orange Cassidy. I love Mox though. Mox, Ohio, baby. Mox from the O. He from Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Mox the homie. I got Mox up there too. He's on the AEW one up here. So yeah, I'm a John Moxley guy. I love Mox. I felt, you know, when he left WWE, I felt like he really catapulted into the wrestler and the character that he's supposed to be in AEW. You know, for some people, I think it goes backwards, like the fucking Hurt Syndicate. The hell is the Hurt Syndicate? The Hurt Syndicate. Get the fucking Hurt Syndicate. You know, I'm gonna be cool. It's certain, but the Hurt Syndicate. All right, I'm done. Do you have anything to add to Orange Cassidy and Moxley? The
Mox is on fire, bro. And you know, it's funny, you know, when you look at Moxley and being one of the parts of one of the best, you know, top 5 stables of all time coming from the Shield, you know, you can never forget that. And, you know, when he went on his own, I felt like when you talk about being on his own, I felt like Mox was the weakest of the 3 on his own. And when he went to AEW, they got it right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, they got it right with him. They couldn't get it right with WWE. They didn't know how to, you know, get him straight. And
you gotta let Mox be Mox, man. You gotta let him. You kind of got you almost gotta let him come in with creative and help. He can help you. He gonna help you write him something. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna keep. The thing I love about Mox is he can win the AEW title. He can turn around and win the IWGP title. You know, he'll wrestle all the Japanese guys. Defend. You know what I'm saying? He'll wrestle all them guys. Defend the title and then lose it to a Japanese guy. I mean, he comes out the stands, not the stands, but like he don't walk down the ramp. He comes from the back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He do his own thing, man. I just Mox is just like he just a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Mox is on fire for sure. So that fight's gonna be dope. You know, Ohio, we got to do better about this though. This is crazy. Okay. December 7th, AEW was supposed to come to Columbus, Ohio at Nationwide Arena. They canceled their show because of ticket sales. I don't understand that one bit. I don't get that. Wrestling is huge in the Midwest. Always has been. I don't know if they didn't promote it well. I don't think they did much promoting. Because
well, I believe if we look this up, I believe December 7th is the same night as WWE's Saturday Night Main Event in New York.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think AEW was warned. Let me look this up. WWE Main Event, because I think it's the same night.
Event. Same night, okay.
And they were told, Khan was told, don't go up against that night. He was told this.
So initially he was like, you know what, we can win it, we can do this, and find out he was dead wrong. That WWE Saturday Night's Main Event, that's what put WWE as a household name. People forget that, you know, Southern promoters hated Vince for bringing the WWE to the primetime spotlight. They didn't like that because once he opened the spotlight on the business, they couldn't get away with a lot of the shady shit that they was doing down south. And people forget, you know, wrestling was shunned upon. You know, if you was a wrestling fan in the 80s, you kind of kept it to yourself. But then what he did was, you know, you had MTV, which was blowing up, and he brought in Cyndi Lauper as a manager for a female wrestler who was just out of control and popular, and Lou Albano, and you mixed that MTV generation with wrestling, and you had that match with Randy Richter, and it was on Saturday Night Main Event, and that Saturday Night Main Event, that show just took off. And it became a historic Saturday night show. I watched it every Saturday. I didn't miss a Saturday.
Huge. And it led into Saturday Night Live. So it was a great lead-in for Saturday Night Live because you watched your Saturday Night Main Event and you went right into Saturday Night Live. Yep. And so it was 2 back-to-back live shows. It was crazy. And like I said, it put WWE into the stratosphere. And also, it also led into one of the biggest moments and biggest careers of, you know, Hulk Hogan was just becoming popular, and then Hogan does that cameo in Rocky 3. And we all know
they told him not to do. Let's not even forget that.
Yeah, and he comes out there as Thunder Lips, and all of a sudden Hogan was bigger than ever because of Thunder Lips. You know, he wasn't. You know, and like you said, he wasn't even supposed to do that, but he took a chance, and it did. It put WWE into a whole different level. You know, to the point where they ended up having Mr. T as part of a WrestleMania. You know, and that. And that was it. That was it for that. WrestleMania became one of the biggest events in wrestling history, and it still is today.
I got Hogan. You can see Hogan up there. Hogan's up there. You see that yellow?
Yep, I see it up there.
And Mr. T's up there too.
Yep.
But December 7th also has GalaxyCon in Columbus. So AEW is gonna be part of that, which is gonna be dope. I'm about to get my tickets, bro.
So now if you get your GalaxyCon tickets, you're gonna get to see the AEW event. And so I was just talking about me possibly heading out to Ohio. This is what I was talking about. I was like, damn, okay, if I go to GalaxyCon, I get to see AEW Collision now on December 7th.
And if we get our media passes.
Yeah, because I've already applied, and if we get that, But like I said, I think I'm going to have to apply through GalaxyCon now, so I'm going to
Oh, word, okay.
Yeah, because it's now GalaxyCon's event, it's not AEW's event. So usually you apply with the event, who the event is. So to be honest, it might be easier getting in through GalaxyCon. So,
it might be, you're right. And we'll be able to talk to all the...
and let people know, because you didn't really say what GalaxyCon is.
So GalaxyCon is kind of like so in Ohio we have this thing called Horror Hound Weekend, right? Horror Hound Weekend is kind of like Comic-Con, but for horror movies. So people, it's crazy. It's in Cincinnati. Horror Hound Weekend is, and I've went like once or twice, and got to meet like people from The Walking Dead. I got to meet I got a picture with Sid Haig, and an autographed signed picture by him. I've met Pinhead from Hellraiser. I got a picture with him, autographed, signed. The Punisher.
Which one?
Yeah. The one from the Netflix. Yeah. I got a. I thought I'm gonna send you these pictures, bro, so you can send them. That's my guy. I got a picture with him.
That's
I got
a
a picture
twofer. That's a twofer because he was Shane in Walking Dead.
Yeah, Shane in Walking Dead.
Yeah,
bro, I was so mad.
Twofer.
Bro, I was so mad when he died. I think Shane should have lasted for a long time because he would have been. Negan wouldn't have lasted against Shane.
No,
that's another. I don't think so.
Shane did some vile stuff. He had to, what I'm saying?
He did.
He tried to take my man's
girl.
son. Yeah, he tried.
Girl.
Yeah, he tried to take his son away from him. Everything. You know what? It did get to a point where you was kind of like, okay, something got happened to him.
Yeah. So like he signed a picture of him being a zombie and said, always aim for the head. And he signed that for me. Herschel. I met Herschel. Took a picture with Herschel. Herschel signed a picture for me too. Herschel passed away.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Man, it was a good time. But they do this every year. And I missed the one from this year because they had Freddy Krueger there, bro. They had Robert Englund there.
Oh.
They had Robert Englund there, bro.
Yeah, there's some people you just gotta see before you.
Bro, the next time when they do it, I'm gonna have to give you a heads up because we're gonna have to go. Because nobody wants to go with me, bro. It used to be me and my brother. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to go anymore, man. It's well worth it. Like the ticket's like $35. Like it's not crazy.
That's cheap. Yeah, that's cheap.
So all you're paying for is just the autograph and the picture. So you might pay $5 to $10. $15, something like that. So basically, I say that to say GalaxyCon is like that, but GalaxyCon is full of pro wrestlers. Full of pro wrestlers. Mick Foley's going to be there. Rick and Scott Steiner's going to be there. Sting's going to be there. Who else? It's so many people, man.
Wow. So these dudes, most of these people who are there, they'll be in attendance for the AEW stuff. So that's going to be
the
crazy.
way that they work, the way that they do it. When I looked on the website, it's basically like, you can get a ticket for all access, or you can, like, the people that you want to see, you can just buy tickets to see them, and you don't even have to worry about the whole line situation and all of that.
Pisto the DJ is in the chat talking about our previous discussion. He's laughing about me talking about Music Man, and he said he says you're the man the whole night until the music stops, and then nobody knows you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, for artists, we love the DJ. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You're the man the whole night, and then as soon as the music stops, everybody just walks out the club. That's crazy. That's the way it is, though, man. But yeah, GalaxyCon, y'all look it up in your Google, you know what I'm saying? GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio.
I'm gonna check that out. Like I said, I'm thinking about coming out that way for that, you know.
Yeah, bro. Especially if we get these media passes, because we in there like swimwear.
Yeah. And this is every year.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's two different locations. There's a 4-day one in Raleigh, and then there's
that's North Carolina. Yeah.
Okay, and then there's this one here in Columbus from the 6th to the 8th.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it right now. And just let people know. Yeah, 6th to the 8th, people. It's going to be in the Greater Columbus Convention Center. Comic books, wrestlers,
downtown.
Fan groups.
Yep.
You can play in your chest. Voice actors. Oh, damn.
Yep.
Okay, so voice actors. Let's click on the voice actors and see who they got. Oh. Hayden Christensen is going to be there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
From
sir.
Star Wars, Weird Al Yankovic.
Yep.
Peter Fasinelli. George Takei. Gina Carano. George Cleese. Oh, no. Danny Trejo.
I told you, bro, we might have to go. I told
Ernie
you.
Hudson from Ghostbusters. Logic. He's from this area. James Masters is going to be there, which we all know is Spike.
Yeah.
Corbin Burnson. Martin Cove from Cobra Kai, and you guys know he's one of the baddest dudes out there. There's a lot of people on this. Michael J. White.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. Oh, no. Yo, there's a lot of people. Thomas Lennon, Zach Galligan, Barry Bostwick from... Oh, no.
Yep, so GalaxyCon has all of that. All of that. Pro wrestling, movie stars, all of that.
A lot of voice actors from a lot of the cartoons that we see are going to be there. Wow. A lot of Rick and Morty people. Let's see here. So this event is over a couple of days. It's over two days.
Trish Stratus will be there. Lita will be there also.
Oh, I love Lita. Oh man, a lot of comic book people are gonna be here. A lot of comic book artists and writers are gonna be here. Literary and industry, some writers. Okay, pro wrestlers. Yep, Sting, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, Mick Foley, Jake the Snake, Arn Anderson,
Jake the Snake,
Lex Luger, Trish, Lita, Brock Anderson, who looks just like his friggin' dad.
Yeah,
Cheeseburger.
Mr. Perfect Son.
Yep, Man Scout.
Or Anderson. Yeah, Arn Anderson's son.
Caleb Coney is going to be there. Jake Manning, the Man Scout. Wow.
Yep.
Oh, damn. So here's my thing. You know, they've got tables here. People from podcasts. I wonder how much it would have been to get a table at this event.
I wonder if it's too late to talk to somebody.
Tattoo artists are going to be there. Fan groups, different fan groups are going to be there. Yeah.
All we need is a small table. We don't need nothing crazy.
Already, you know. I'm pretty sure that exhibitors. So let's get into exhibitors, and we would have to see. Exhibitor application is right here. 24 exhibitor application would be us. I know we're live. Oh,
yep.
Damn. Damn. you don't want to know the price for a table, bro.
What's the price?
It starts at $99 and then it's $3,000.
It goes all the way up to $3,000.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that $99 table is probably like in the back of the.
So we want the front one. We gotta get the $3,000.
Yeah, it tells you too. Here it is, right here. The $3,000 booths are at the front of the show. It's a 10x10 area, 3 badges, 2 booths. Let me see. Okay, and they go down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see where the $99 one is. Let me see. I'm going to go all the way down to the $99. The $500 table. So the $200 is an after dark table. These tables are located outside the normal exhibit hall. It's an 8x4 table. Electricity is available. Vendor badges. Yeah. That $200 might be the one to go.
Yeah.
The $99 is just okay. So the $99 just gets you an exhibitor badge.
Okay.
And you walk around.
You walk around. We got our own badges.
But
we got our own lanyards.
I'm looking at the $200 table. So in other words, you can't be there during the day. It's an after dark market table. To be honest, I would say more traffic probably comes through at night, right?
Probably so. There for sure. So we're talking about evening.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says here, your after dark table is located outside. Will be open from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, 9 to 1.
Yeah. Yep.
That's something to think about right there.
Yeah. Because that allows you now to go around the event, cover the wrestling, and do what you got to do. Then you just go back to your table.
You just go to your seat. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Oh, that's something to think about, man. Sorry, we got off
the key, but sorry, y'all.
This is important stuff right here.
Yeah.
So if you see us there next year,
you gonna know. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
For sure. TNA. I feel like every time we talk about TNA, we talk about Jordynne Grace. Every time, right? Every time we talk about TNA, we talk about Jordynne Grace. Every time. She's going to challenge Masha Slamovich or Alisha Edwards for the TNA Knockouts World Title at Turning Point. Let me be honest, man. TNA, I haven't seen a TNA pay-per-view in so long. I did catch I caught some highlights of when the Hardy Boys won the tag team titles again. But TNA has lost it's not the. Let's see. If I had to compare TNA to some food, it would be a bologna sandwich. I just don't want it. I'm just being honest. I just don't want it, man. That bologna sandwich was good back in the day, but now we have grown past this bologna sandwich. And TNA, I would rather watch Ring of Honor before I watch TNA. Matter of fact, I do watch Ring of Honor before I watch TNA.
And the funny thing is TNA got WWE's blessing at last year's WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. They're real tight with Bubba Ray Dudley.
Yeah.
TNA right now, you're right. Jordynne Grace right now is kind of the face of the TNA.
That's it.
Face of the TNA. Every time she comes up on my algorithm and stuff, TNA, it's her. Other than with the Hardy Boys, but other than that, she's kind of carrying that whole thing.
Right.
And she's come through a lot. I remember when she first come out, she was kind of this chubby chick. She was. And
I wish she would have stayed that. Let's keep it real. I wish she would have stayed that. I don't like this extra.
They was bullying the shit out of her on Instagram and Snapchat.
Now she look like a straight. Now she don't even look like. At least then she was. she looked like a attractive young lady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thick chick. But
now she
she's
looks
doing the
like
bodybuilding. Yeah, she's doing the bodybuilding thing now.
Now she looks like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger and with a fucking wig on, and her arms is big as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she all diesel strong. It don't look good.
Yeah, she's just waiting for a call up. She's just waiting for that WWE call up.
You know how perfect example. Bianca Belair and them, they can be big and strong, but they don't have to be so masculine looking.
Right.
Jordynne is like masculine looking now, man, and she didn't have to do that. And but like you said, bullying and stuff like that cause people to want to change their image. And I hope she gets back to that point where she's just happy being who she was. And then maybe you'll see, when she gets the call up, maybe she'll change a little bit. But I don't think Triple H will require her to be this massive. It just don't even look good, bro. Just it don't. My opinion, but what they say, somebody like it, so I guess that's all that matters. WWE, they have announced Netflix show debuts, ticket sales, and locations. I have that information actually. January the 6th, live on Netflix. That is WWE Raw. Okay. January the 10th, live. WWE Smackdown. And Tuesday, January the 7th, NXT. That's going to be live as well on Netflix. I can't wait, man. I know they're going to pull out some stuff, bro.
Look, the Intuit Dome for Raw, January 6th, with Travis Scott performing. And they got tickets for sale right now to go.
And he's going to be defending a title, too. Did you see that video?
He got the hardcore champion. He gave him the hardcore champion title. And, we've been talking about Netflix, and I'm not going to get into this rant about Netflix and the buffering issue that happened during the fight, because anybody who knows the internet knows why that happened. Netflix is going to be straight for WWE. That will be their next big test on Christmas Day, and then they got the WWE 60, like I said on the booth, 60 million people tuned in to watch the Tyson fight. WWE, yep.
And that
WWE Raw. What the WWE has seen these last few years, they went to Puerto Rico, killed it. Probably for me, I would say that Puerto Rico event was the hottest, best show they ever did. But then they went to Germany, and then they went to Saudi, and these out-of-country crowds love wrestling. And now the fact that you can take Raw and put it on Netflix, or put SmackDown or NXT on Netflix, these wrestlers aren't household names with a little bit of international. No, you know what I'm saying? They had a little bit of international touch to them.
Yeah.
Netflix is going to open these wrestlers up to a worldwide status that has never been out there. And it's also going to open up, I'm going to say, it's going to open up the WWE doing shows in places that we may have never thought. I would love to see WWE be in Africa for a show. That would be crazy.
And we're not even talking about the amount of money that is going to be added to salaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're talking about the camera work that's being done. We're talking about it's going to be a lot of money, it's going to be looking like a movie, which is going to in turn open up for a lot more WWE stars to possibly be in movies.
And acting, yes, I think so. I think we're going to see more of that. You've got some people right now that I say have film presence. Rhea Ripley. I think she has great film presence. Right now, Jacob Fatu, he's got good film presence.
Yep.
Solo's already been acting.
Let me lace you up real quick.
Solo has already been acting. Roman's already done some acting. Cody's done some acting.
Hey, Roman. Let me lace you up real quick. I said, what is he talking about? Lace you up? What's that? Some California? Right? I don't know, bro.
Jade and when Jade and Bianca came out 2 weeks ago on Raw, they came out in those Deadpool outfits, and I was like, yo, bro, Jade Cargill really looked like Storm. She looked like a Storm Deadpool type of, I was like, yo, she looked real good in that outfit. Bring her to Storm.
You some Jade Cargill.
Look, stop it. Yo, you know what? Jade Cargill catches the eye, but you know who really, really catches my eye right now, though? That Jakara Jackson. Oh, good Lord. I was like, yo, where they pulling these women from, bro? Where they pull? And then I just found out that Tiffy Time. I didn't know she's dating Ludwig. Kaiser.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
So, and they're being real open about these relationships now because they all want the reality TV deals.
That's right. They're trying to get that.
Damian Priest is out there with his girl on TikTok now. You know, they're seeing Bianca and her man got their little show. Miz and his wife, they had their little show.
Yep. Everybody trying to get more money, man.
Yeah, and it's a nice little.
I don't want to see Tiffy and Ludwig though. I don't want to see them in a reality TV show when it's just them two.
I didn't think it was going to work. I didn't think the reality shows based on the marriages wasn't going to work. Even when Cena and the twins, the Bella twins,
Brie.
I didn't think that show was going to sell, but then they had me watching.
Yeah.
They
had me a different watching. Side of John Cena too, man, in that that I wasn't really too fond of.
Well, okay, so let's kind of roll the clock back real quick on that discussion.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Because he almost had career, let's be honest, he almost had career suicide on that reality show.
Yes, sir.
For those who didn't see the Bella Twins reality show and John Cena and what he's talking about is that she wanted kids.
Yep.
She was ready. She wanted kids, but Cena was blowing up. And Cena wasn't ready. He wasn't having it. He was straight out. He was like, nah, I don't want kids.
He said he's never wanted kids. They say, yeah.
And that actually led to their breakup. That's what led to
their divorce.
Breakup.
Yep.
That led to the divorce. I thought about it, and and it was a big deal on the show. But I thought about it, and I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I had to kind of side with Cena because if I'm not ready for kids, and I tell you I'm not ready for kids, don't try to force me into kids. And that was kind of where she was. It got to the point where she was, she was mapping out her period and talking about when she's ready to ovulate, and he was, she made him feel uncomfortable, and it ended up being the demise of the
made him feel uncomfortable on national television.
And then what stinks is she ends up getting with a guy who ends up putting his hands on her.
Yeah.
So
sad day for the Bella.
So you felt he was wrong on that? You felt he was?
No, I just think the way he handled it.
Oh, okay.
He could have handled it a little better on there.
Well, I mean, sometimes I get it. The camera's on you. Maybe he should have handled it a little better, but I think there was probably more behind the scenes than we realized, and I think that's why he was made to look that way, because he was real adamant and serious about it. He was about to go off and do the Suicide Squad movie and all that stuff. He had all this stuff coming.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He was wasn't he rehabbing the knee injury too at that time?
Yeah.
He was trying to get back. So
yeah, it was a lot.
I get it. It's a struggle.
It is, man. It is a struggle. WWE, SmackDown, and Raw rounds out teams for War Games with some major surprises.
Smackdown was crazy.
It was. I just gotta do something real quick, man.
Shinsuke came back. That was a big surprise because he had been gone for a minute, and there was no rumors about him coming back. Nothing.
No, and Shinsuke comes back, beats the hell out of LA Knight, and then walks out the ring. You talk about the funny. I was crying laughing. I said he didn't say 2 words to him, and then he beat him up and then did his little, and then walked out the ring, bro. But I just got to do this real quick. Hold on. I just got to do this real quick.
Uh-oh. You calling somebody or? Oh, who you calling?
Yeah.
Who is it?
We gotta do this one time, we have to show love to our tribal chiefs. You know what I'm saying? War Games is coming. And so this is what we're looking like here.
You called it, bro. You called it on the show last week. You said it.
Put your ones up. OTC Yeet. You see the shirt? That's OTC Yeet. You see the shirt, right? That's the new shirt. I'm just saying. Everybody ain't got this shirt on they Roman Reigns. I got it. So we got Roman Reigns. And we got They Not the Ones. That's Jimmy. They Not the One shirt. That's also a new shirt that's so we got 2 members of Bloodline. Then Jimmy goes and says, yo, Roman, we need help. We need some help. We need to get somebody that is gonna have our back. So the Yeet Man.
Yeet.
Jey Uso.
Yeet.
I did put the Intercontinental belt on him. Anyway, I feel like he should still have it, but whatever. The Yeet Man, Jey Uso. And then I'm like, that's 3 of them. They got to be getting like The Rock or somebody. But no, they get this guy.
I wasn't happy either.
Sammy. They get Sammy Uso to join the Bloodline. So it's like, okay, now they got the OG Bloodline. So I'm like, okay, they got to get a 5th member. Then all this bull stuff starts happening. Bronson Reed joins Solo.
You
just
called
out the
it,
blue.
Bro. You called that though last week though. You said that as one of your plot lines. You said it last week. When it happened and I was watching, I'm like, yo, this ninja called it.
Now it's a possibility of us having this guy, Seth Rollins, as our 5th member. I should break you. I'm not gonna do it.
but he's adamant that he's not. So something's got to happen that's gonna force him to come on that team.
But I don't want him to though.
I think I think they're gonna bring his wife back ringside, and I think Bronson is gonna injure his wife, and that's gonna force him to be on that team for War Games. That's the only way, because he's so adamant right now not being on that team because of Roman, and the only thing that would make him join that team is disrespecting his wife or their daughter. Their daughter, they keep their daughter private, so the man will probably be ringside for something, and he'll disrespect her or something, and that's gonna set him off to be on that team.
Trash. Trash. If you can't do the 5-on-5 with members of the actual bloodline, then you swerve. You could have did 5-on-5, but you could have did 2 women. You could have brought back Tamina, and you could have
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. Could have swerved, like you could have made something up. Just adding people just to add them because they are feuding right now. It's trash. I mean, I understand Bronson Reed looks Samoan, but he ain't got no ties to y'all.
Right.
Motherfucker from Britain.
That's
from
out
Great
of the
Britain.
Blue. That's out of the blue, too. That came out of the blue. I
That
mean,
motherfucker is from Great Britain. Shit, he might be related to us. He ain't related to y'all.
and it got a good pop. It did get a good pop. But I feel like after watching SmackDown and then seeing the recorded Raw, I think once again, we're in the situation that we was in this last year. I think we're going to see a better women's match than the men's match. I'm more excited for the women's match now after what happened on Raw.
Facts.
We've been talking about this on the show, and now we're going to have Io Sky teamed up with Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, teamed up, and then they got Rhea Ripley as that 5th member.
That's gonna be a good match.
This women's match is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm looking at the talent that's in that ring for that match, and you got power, you've got high flyers, you've got people who don't care. They throw everything to the wind. This match is gonna be crazy. I don't know. I just can't wait for this match to happen with the women. And then we still have Gunther and Damian Priest in the War Games. Don't hate on my guy, bro. Don't hate on my guy, bro.
We got Gunther, a.k.a. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, with the sleeper hold. The hell out of here with the sleeper hold.
I'm confused because I feel like I think Damian Priest gets that belt back.
I do too. I believe he about to win.
Yeah, because the only reason why he had to give it up was because he was injured. So that was kind of the thing. So
I think he's gonna get that belt back, and then Gunther they're gonna move Gunther, to start feuding with Ludwig and them, like, because I think they're gonna break up.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And Ludwig went real crazy bad on Raw the other night. So it's crazy. War Games is about to be crazy. War Games is about to be crazy because you all know once War Games is done, we head into Royal Rumble.
Rumble season. Yep.
So we got
everything's like a month apart too, because Royal Rumble now is in what, January or February?
Mm-hmm.
It's January.
February. So after this War Games, you know, the big thing is the debut of Raw on Netflix. Everything is going to be timed into this debut premiere. It's going to get real interesting to see. One of the things that's been coming up on my algorithm, and I find it kind of funny, is all the times they had topless moments in the WWE. When Jackie's top got ripped off at Clash of the Capitol, I think it was, or Capitol Carnage.
Yeah.
You had Jackie's top came off. You had Sable one year went topless at a match and took her top off. You had Mickie James one time pull her top down. And, you know, we talked about this. A lot of the fans are older, like you and I. Granted, you know, parental guidance is PG. You know, PG is what it is. It is what it is when you go to these events. I think we're going to see more adult-geared storylines and things happen in the ring. Do I think we're going to see some nudity like that again? We might. We might see some of that. I think the language is going to I think the biggest thing
it's going to be more so language.
It's the
to
language.
Me.
Yeah.
None of those women that they have now are going to do anything. I can't see any of those women doing anything.
I can't either.
Risque.
That's why I said. If we see it, it's going to be a rare occasion. But I think it's the language. I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see the F-bomb. I think we're going to see the S. I think we're going to see all that to make it even more realistic. The conversations.
Yeah, like Stone Cold used to talk. The way Stone Cold used to talk to people.
Exactly, but they had to bleep that out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
So,
got 2 minutes left. Drew McIntyre, he shelved to recover, of course, from the Hell in a Cell injury and the loss of a family member.
So, I went back. I didn't even catch it. So when the injury happened, and here's the thing: there's so many things that happen sometime in wrestling that's not supposed to happen, but they cover it up real well. So during that match, CM Punk gets a metal toolbox. And here's my question with this. Why would you bring a real metal toolbox as a prop into this ring knowing that people can be hurt? Because he hit him and threw that toolbox at him. And I knew it hit him because I was like, damn, that shit looked like it hurt. Come to find out, it split him open and he had to have 16 staples put in his head.
That was at SummerSlam, right?
No, this was at... Yeah, that was SummerSlam. That was SummerSlam. Yep.
Yeah. 16
staples in his head. And then he lost a family member.
Yeah.
But the thing is
condolences for that, for sure.
We talked about this. There was the trash match, the dumpster match, where what's her name just missed the power bomb and having her head hit the edge of the dumpster. We saw how close that was. And I said to myself, man, there's some things sometimes that the WWE does that I don't think they really take it into consideration. Like, I'm like, wow. But the fact that was a real toolbox and he threw it at him and it missed the spot and hit him in his head. We saw that with Edge and Finn Balor, remember?
Yep.
With the ladder, and that was nasty because he was bleeding, bro. and remember they tried to stop it, and I give Finn Balor props because even Edge was like, "Yo, we got to stop this match," and Finn's like, "Keep it going."
Yeah.
And
what was that? Dang, what pay-per-view was that?
Was that Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble last year. Yeah, Royal Rumble last year because it was the beginning of the Judgment Day turn on him.
That's
kind
right.
Of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So
wow. Well, 10:31. We had another great show, another great one. Yeah, it's a lot. We're gonna see what they're gonna show Friday, Smackdown.
And these are all
NXT
recorded.
is tonight, I believe.
All of these are recorded shows because Triple H is allowing everybody to have Thanksgiving with their families.
Okay, word.
That's why Raw was recorded, SmackDown's recorded. So these guys are getting 2 weeks, and I give Triple H props for that.
Yeah,
he knows what ruins
Bravo.
marriages,
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah. So you guys, for my man Sinister One, I'm your boy Lito. Turnbuckles and Spilt podcast is out. Until next week, y'all. Y'all be cool.
All right, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Me in vantage point, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of thought, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow, double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously. Cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you can say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy. Mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me. Creating imagery that everybody you like, I made a simile. Facts.